Coinbase has essentially come out and said that any crypto or fiat that you have in their system could potentially be theirs if they file bankruptcy. We're going to talk about that today. Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy, and if you want to follow along my journey as I build wealth for my family, then subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing. And remember, none of this is intended to be financial advice. I am merely a guy sitting in front of a computer talking to a camera. But let's get to it. So I stumbled upon this article and I couldn't not mention it on the channel. It says Coinbase warns users they could lose their crypto holdings if the company goes bankrupt. It's interesting. It says Coinbase said its users' crypto assets could become company property if it went bankrupt. And this is their CEO, Brian Armstrong, that said this. The company added the disclosure for the first time in its earnings report Tuesday. CEO said shortly afterward that users' funds were safe and there was no risk of bankruptcy. But in the meantime, their stock plummeted like 23%, it looks like. Coinbase said is obviously one of the largest crypto exchanges in the US, said its users might lose access to their holdings if the company ever went bankrupt. Disclosure was included in the company's first quarter earnings report, and that was the first time that the risk factor was mentioned. It was also noted that Coinbase held $256 billion in fiat currency and virtual coins. Now, this should be obvious to most of you. I've said it many times on this channel that if you don't hold the keys to your crypto, then it's not your crypto. And in this case, it puts it on display for you that you don't hold the keys to your Coinbase account. Coinbase does. And because of that, those funds are theirs. These crypto exchanges really should be merely an on and off ramp to get from fiat into crypto. I don't recommend that you hold any crypto in an exchange for any length of time. It really should be pulled off and put into a hardware wallet or cold storage somewhere. Here it says, because custodial held crypto assets may be considered to be a property of the bankruptcy estate. In the event of a bankruptcy, the crypto assets we hold in custody on behalf of our customers could be subject to bankruptcy proceedings, and such customers could be treated as our general unsecured creditors. Now there's something else that's sort of been floating around lately in this same exact arena, and that is something called a bank bail-in. We've all heard of a bank bail-out, but a bank bail-in is essentially exactly what he is describing here in this case. The reality is that a lot of these large banking institutions have added this terminology into their agreements. And so it's very possible that should some of these large banks go, that those who have deposits in those banks would end up becoming unsecured creditors. There's some speculation of what would happen, with the FDIC insurance. Possibly anything beyond that FDIC would end up becoming unsecured credit, and you would essentially become a shareholder in a defunct bank and lose all your funds. And it's essentially what Coinbase is saying here, is that if they ever go bankrupt, whatever you have there really is no longer yours, because it becomes property of the bankruptcy estate. Crypto enthusiasts have long heralded the decentralized movement as in part a way to give people complete control and ownership of their finances. But, and this is key right here, that's only the case for those who physically store their crypto in personal wallets, as opposed to a platform like Coinbase. Coinbase does offer a self-custody wallet called the Coinbase wallet. And that's true. They do have a wallet called the Coinbase wallet where you would hold your private keys. But most people are strictly going off of the Coinbase app and a website. And so none of that is your keys, your coins. And so I just thought this was interesting because you should have already known this. Most who have done any bit of research on crypto knows that really the exchanges, if you're not holding it, then it's really not your crypto. You should be moving all of that into your own wallet and not keeping it on an exchange. So anyway, I thought that article was interesting. I will link it into the description below. If you haven't seen this video, go check that one out. I will see you over there.